CEO Todd Mickey.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give him the early morning praise, baby. Let's go.
It's time to wake up, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the early morning praise. Welcome to the early morning praise. It's time to wake up, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the early morning praise. Early morning. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's time to show love, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the early morning praise. Welcome to the early morning praise. It's time to wake up, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the early morning praise. Early morning. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the early morning praise. It's the early morning praise. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's the early morning praise. It's the early morning praise. Yeah, yeah. Oh, early morning praise. It's the early morning praise. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the early morning praise.
Yes. Real quick, I just want to thank you so much. This is my first time in Shreveport, Louisiana, and so I'm super excited to be here. Can you help me thank Pastor CJ, who is responsible for bringing me here today? And can you help me honor your pastor, Pastor Timothy Jones? Thank you so much for having me. Does anybody love to praise and worship the Lord? We're just going to sing a familiar worship song. It says, I love to praise him. I love to worship the Lord. Does anybody love to worship him? If you can you just stand on your feet and we're going to sing this song together? Thank you. Put your hands together. Yeah, yeah. It said, I love to praise him. Say, I love to praise him. I love to praise him. Oh, I love to. Oh, yes, I do. Sing it again. I love to praise him. Say, I
Midland PCS is the leading provider of wireless communications and has built up a loyal customer base since first opening our doors in March of 2000. We take great pride in offering you the best flashing, unlocking, and repair services in the area and are dedicated to serving your specific needs. Located in Columbia, we pride ourselves on personable customer service and taking the time to get to know our customers, as well as ensure they are fully comfortable with their new toys. Come on down to Midland PCS to find great deals and for all your cell phone repair and service needs. Call today or visit us online.
Somebody say Have you heard about the great deal on the Cute Leaf diaper? For $12.99, you get 50 premium grade A diapers, sizes newborn to 5. And for just $78, you can get 300 in a case, all sizes. Now that's a deal. Go to your local Piggly Wiggly for purchase. It's available also online at discountdiaperworld.com or call the number on the screen for same-day free
Avery
delivery.
Entertainment and Ricky DeRay Productions present an evening with the Queens of Gospel.
I feel like praising him.
Featuring 12-time Grammy Award winner, Pastor Shirley Caesar.
I remember Mama.
Also featuring the storyteller, Evangelist Dorothy Norwood. See that Mississippi Po' Boy,
From a poor family,
Harvey Watkins Jr.,
we didn't have much,
and the Canton Spirituals.
but the Lord been good to
The
me.
world's all-time greatest gospel group, the Mighty Clouds of Joy. Also, Roy and Revelation, Pastor Daryl Pettis and Take Two, Sonny Brown and Experience, and more. Hosted by Jeffrey Lampkin. Saturday, November 11th at the Sumter County Civic Center. Doors open at 2. Show starts at 3:45. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Get them in Sumter at Import Limited, Al's Music Hut, and Undisputed Barbershop. The last 2 original caravans. Live. This will be a sellout. For info, contact C. Snell Productions. 803-479-5489.
When you're good, it's always evil spoken. Mother, sometimes I just feel like giving up. But the word of God says, greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. So hold on, hold on. Ooh, sometimes you might
singing when you see me living right. When you see a good God Almighty living right. When you see me living right. You see, Lord,
We've all been there. They just want to explore and have fun. Well, here's something you can clap about, something you can read books about, or just relax and let go. Introducing the all-new Cute Leaf baby diaper. Keeps your baby drier.
Roy Entertainment and Columbia's Praise 95.7 FM and 1170 AM presents The Fresh Prince of Quartet. Friday night musical, Friday, August 18th at Ladson's Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, 7156 Cabin Creek Road in Hopkins. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a start time at 6:45. On Saturday, August 19th, the musical continues with a musical gala, The Favor or 40, honoring Harvey Watkins Jr. Also honoring two pioneer groups, the Singing Stars and the Cavaliers, at the Wiley Kennedy Center, 1037 Eastman Street in Columbia. Doors open at 4 p.m., start times at 4:45. It's a musical weekend, Friday night, August 18th, at Ladson Chapel, 7156 Cabin Creek Road in Hopkins. Saturday, August 19th, the Wiley Kennedy Center, 1037 Eastman Street in Columbia. Two great nights, two big events, one bundle cost $50 before August 1st. For more info, search Columbia's Praise 95.7 FM and 1170 AM Facebook page. Get your tickets at Columbia's Praise Studios, 201 Columbia Mall Boulevard, Wednesday through Friday, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. For more details, call 803-834-4251.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Mickens family!
Y'all ready? Y'all know what time it is. Do what I want you to do. Come on. Get up out of the seats. Shout to you. Better. Come on. Get up out of the seat. Come on now. Shout. 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 Get up out of your seat and shout to you. Feel better. Get up out of your seat and shout to you. Feel better. Wow! Y'all want to hear a little bit more of that? Let's go one more round. Tell your neighbor, ain't no party.
CEO Todd Mickens.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give him the early morning praise, baby. Let's go.
It's time to wake up, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Wake up to the early morning praise. Welcome to the early morning praise. It's time to wake up, y'all. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the early morning praise.
Lied on, yes, mistreated, yes, talked about, yes, my soul, say yes, yes, to your will, yes, to your way, yes, to your will, yes, to your way, yes, to your will, yes, to your way, yes, your will, yes, your way, yes, your will, yes, your way, yes, your will, your way, yes, your will, your way, yes, your will, your will, your will, your will. Your way, my soul, say yeah, yeah, Oh, take the time. Come on, traveling shoes. My traveling shoes. My traveling shoes. Yeah, got on my traveling shoes. Yes, sir. Well, you know that come knocking at my side on the door. He said, come on, God, are you ready? Well, you know I come to God, listen, but love is you. You got it, yeah, he did. And it moved out of door down the street. And you shot his hands through. I know you shot his hands through. Oh, shot his hands through. You shot his hands through. You shot his hands through. You shot his hands through. I have been reaching.
doctor, Jesus, lawyer, way out, no way, way out, no way, way out, no way. Anybody know him? Anybody tried to do it? Jesus, to do it, Jesus, to do it, Jesus. Anybody know that man from Galilee? That man set me free. That man woke me this morning. Started on my way. Put food on my table. Put clothes on my back. I like to call Jesus, doctor in a sick room, lawyer in a courtroom, friend, a friend. Yeah, something to keep Jesus. Yeah.
Shout a lot holler than that. I'm looking for the 25 folk in here that believe everything is going to be all right.
How's everybody doing?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
First of all, let me pause this video right quick. I'm going to pause just to enlighten y'all. I know y'all don't see my face this morning, but we're going to continue. We're having a little technical difficulty, but nevertheless, we can still talk to you. We're going to play this video here by Maurice Yancey on a chord, and then we're going to keep on moving on. But after this video, I may give one more video, then we're going to move on to the Let's Talk About It podcast. But stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Listen, if you can hear me, comment in the chat. This is an awesome young man right here. Pastor Yancey has an awesome group. I pray that you guys enjoy what we got going on. Yeah, this your guy Todd Mickens, and we want to welcome you. Good morning, Renee Lowry. How you doing? Good morning. Matter of fact, let me go back in the chat real quick. Tanya Davis, Cheryl Snell, Helen Osborne, Tammy McLean, Sandra Sumter, Jimmy Gray, my man Craig Stooks, Dwight Montgomery, and we have Hilda Smalls, Cheryl Snells again, Renee Lowry. Okay, you can hear me. Listen, and guys, for the past 2 weeks, I have been on, we have been doing pre-recorded. I've been out of town the past 2 weeks. I've been in Buffalo, New York. Then I was in New Orleans the next weekend, but I am back live today, and I come back live today to a little technical difficulty, but nevertheless, you can hear me, and that's all that matters. Let's get back to it. Y'all please enjoy this brother right here. Believe me, you will not be disappointed.
Hallelujah. Listen, come on, clap your hands like you love the Lord tonight. We're going to have a good time. Come on, come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, sir.
Anybody in the room? Anybody feel like stomping?
to praise him. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so. If you know he's been good to you, now some of y'all playing, but if you know God's been good to you, I want you to high five your neighbor and tell him, say, neighbor, through it all, tell him the Lord been good to me. Somebody shout, yeah, shout, shout. I gotta say this, and I'm moving on. Let me tell you what God will do for you when you learn to stay in this wheel. 10 years ago this month, I was released from a penitentiary. It was prophesied over my life that I would preach and I would sing all across this country. And I just heard the pastor say tonight, we all over the world tonight. So if I never make it there through this broadcast, I'm over there right now.
CEO Todd Mickens.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give him the early morning praise, baby. Let's go.
It's time to wake up, y'all. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, my mic was muted. It's good. I don't know what happened just now. I had a glitch. We're going to possibly get back to the video here in a little bit. But nevertheless, guys, listen, welcome back. Like I said, I've been on vacation now not vacation, but I've been handling some business with the fitness community that I am a part of, and as well as some family business with my wife's side of the family. So, like I said, I've been in Buffalo, New York, one weekend, and then I've been in New Orleans Mississippi, then we went to New Orleans. But nevertheless, I am back. I am here. Like I said, I come back to a little technical difficulties. I didn't realize that my cameras would not be working this morning, but nevertheless, as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters, right? Listen, my brother Craig Stoops has we always have an inspirational word or some type of scripture, and my good brother Craig Stoops always gives us something. So we want to touch on that right now. It's not about how bad you want it. It's about how hard you work for it. And oh my God. Well, listen, you can want it all day long. You can listen, everything that we deal with, we can want it all day long. But if we don't work towards it, we'll never get it. That is an awesome quote for the day, Brother Stoops, man. I appreciate it. That is an awesome quote for today. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened with the video there, but we're going to possibly just, I'm not sure what the heck that was that happened. I'm trying to figure some things out, but yeah, like I said, I'm moving towards. I want my cameras and stuff to be working this morning, but good Google and Mooga did not. So what I got to do is, after we have this show, I got to revamp everything. After I get back from church, either before I leave, I need to tear the studio down and try to revamp it, restructure, rewire some things or whatever. She said this is posted on the Madison Fitness wall when you walk into the gym. And listen, that's a good quote, man. That's a good quote. But again, first of all, thank everybody for being here. This is your guy, Todd Mickens, on the Let's Talk About It podcast. Matter of fact, let me make sure, because I want to transition over the proper way. So this is the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About It podcast. And we're going to, I got some clips off of Facebook that I want to tap into real quick, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. We're going to shorten up our time frames on the discussions for the podcast, and but let's see if we could. All right, there we go. Had to do a quick transition. I always got to use what you got, right? Had to use my commercials, my intros, my outros. But hey, listen, I want to the topics that I've been talking about, and you guys can type in the chat. But I've been talking about the church and churches here, churches there, and all over this country. I've traveled for the past couple of weeks. People have told me they have seen or heard my show, and they are very intrigued. And there's a lot of truth in what I'm saying, and they're saying that people just are not ready for those discussions. And I believe people are not ready for those discussions when it comes to the church, and particularly of so many churches or pastors starting churches and all that have these empty churches, is because a lot of these discussions and topics are personal, because either it is them or you either know somebody who is in that situation. But I got a lot of feedback, and not no negative feedback. I got a lot of people who was really, really interested in the conversation, and we've talked about it, and I'm gonna go back to that real soon, and we're going to tap on that. But for the sake of time, and because of technical difficulties, like I said, we're going to fast forward over into some of the topics that I was talking about, that I wanted to tap into, and just get you all's opinion. So y'all work with me real quick. I'm gonna get into this to this page over here and try to find it. And like I said, we're just gonna have some discussions, not discussions, but we're gonna have some discussions. We're gonna talk about some things, and let's see which one I want to get into first. This one, I think this is a good one. This is interesting, because this hits close to home, right? This one hit close to home. This is there's Publix in Columbia at 2 locations have been the black workers have went on strike. Okay, the black workers in Publix have went on strike and said that they have not been treated equally as well as the non-black. I just put it like that. I don't want to say, well, yeah, it is what it is. But and there's an article. Let's see if I can pull this thing up. Let me see if I can share a screen with y'all this morning. I want to try to share a screen. See if y'all see it. Let's do this right here. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can. Let me see what I want to see if y'all see what I see. Yeah, y'all see what I see. Okay. Let's go here. And is this the one for the yesterday workers organized a multi-state strike in the U.S. to protest No, this is not the one. This is not the one. Here we go right here. Here we go right here. Uh, and it's rather interesting because me and my wife frequent Publix sometimes. So I'm very concerned. Publix workers in Columbia, South Carolina are on strike. All right. Black black workers have reported receiving different treatment than white workers on the job and are taking action. I believe y'all see what I see. So let's see what's going on here.
We are tired of being overworked and underpaid. We want to be treated just like the other co-workers, the ones that do not look like us. We want fair justice in this place. Public spends a lot of money on its reputation. So if you guys have the reputation that you're treating your employees with kindness, dignity, and respect, then you guys need to stand on that on an everyday basis.
You're no good. Treat your workers like you should.
I love Publix. I am employed at Publix. I love the people. I feel that people of color be treated any kind of way. People of color, of my color, get treated the worst. I watch it. I've seen it. And it's not right. I'm not going to accept that.
Hey, Publix! Treat your workers like you should. Look down.
Okay. All right. So this is right here in our own community where we have public workers saying that Publix grocery store workers saying that they are not being treated fairly in the workplace. Let me see if I can possibly pull up an article and read some of that. Let me find. Well, let's see. Boom. Yeah, I'm struggling. I don't know what's going on. My let's see. View the post. Let's share this and see what we got going on. Right. Let's share this. Here we go. All right, you should be able to see what I'm seeing now. I was injured at the job in 2021 at Publix. The injury caused lasting nerve damage, and the doctor said I shouldn't be on my feet. They've cut my hours, stating this as a reason. But they're the reason I got hurt. My bills are behind. Publix makes more than enough money to help me, especially because I was injured while working for them. Public, do what's right. This is coming from Shirley Loadhawk, striking Publix worker. Okay. And again, this is interesting. This is quite interesting. I'd like to know what you guys think about it. I'm not naive to think that racism or what am I looking for? Prejudice is not going on. Seems like we are still in some aspect are within the separate but equal era, if you will. And I'm real surprised because and see, that's why you never know. You can go into a facilities and see everybody working and everything seems to be like a well-oiled machine. But as you can see here, Publix got some issues, and I'm just scrolling. Publix got some issues. Let me get y'all out of all my business right here. And somebody tell me what you think about that. What do you think? Have you yourself experienced this? Let me get to some of the comments. Let me get to the first. People don't want to talk about tough decisions that need to be because they are afraid of. Well, you know what? And I can imagine these coworkers at Publix had to make a tough decision to bring light to the situation of the mistreatment at Publix. So I can imagine that was a tough decision that they had to make. So I commend them, and I'm pretty sure there are some who wanted to strike per se, but a lot of times people are striking not striking and not supporting it because they can't afford not to work. They can't afford just to go on strike. They are scared to make the tough decision to stand for, there are some, you may make a decision and you may take a stand. And this is important. I want you to listen to this. You may make a decision. You may take a stand that may not benefit you. Okay? Your decisions that you make just may not benefit you. It might benefit your children. It might benefit your coworker. You might take a stand at work and you might lose your job or lose your position, but your stand for what's right, your stand for justice can help somebody else. Now, nobody wants that. Now, let's just be honest. Nobody wants to sacrifice their finances or their job to, which is what our forefathers did back in the day. They sacrificed their lives. They sacrificed their livelihood. They endured tragedy in the hopes of their children and children's children being treated equally. They did those things in hopes that the world would be a better place. And like I said, I'm not gonna get all overly Negro spiritualist, I guess, if that's what I want to use, or activism and all that. But this is this is an interesting situation. And like I said, the decisions you make may not benefit you per se. You may have to stand for something so that someone in your person, in your surroundings may benefit from it. And I think, no, I ain't no think. That's just bottom line. A lot of times we will not do things unless we know we are the primary beneficiary person in the situation. I'm just giving an example. Most men do this. Vehicles. If you have a better vehicle in the yard and you got two people go to work, got two vehicles, both vehicles are able to get to where they need to go, but one vehicle is more dependable than the other. Most time men will be like, well, let me get the choo-choo, let me make sure my wife, my daughter, or my son, they are in the more dependable vehicle. You make a sacrifice because I think most men, me personally, I would rather be on the side of the road than for my wife, my daughter, or my son, or even for anybody in my family to be on the side of the road. I would rather make that phone call for the record, or either say, hey, I'm on it wouldn't benefit me none for my wife to have to call me and say I'm on the side of the road and I'm riding around in a perfectly everything going right in the vehicle I got, in the vehicle that she drive got 3 donuts on it, or the engine hanging out the bottom, or the windows won't roll up, but I got all the comforts and stuff that I need. Most men make decisions like that where they will put themselves at a discomfort in order to put their family in comfort. And that's a tough decision. But if you don't do that, now I think something wrong. And I understand people say, well, men say, well, I took the time and picked the car I wanted, and this is my dream car, and blah blah blah. But you know, and like I said, I ain't getting nobody business, but I know most men that I know, most men that are in my life, that's just something that I have mirrored from them. I've seen them, and most most men just be like, "Hey, yo, I need a work car." You know, most women, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Most women they ain't talking about a work car. They talking about an everyday ride around travel car. Period. That's their car. Men be like, yeah, man, I gotta find me a little work car, a little work truck. But like I said, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, but let me stay on topic here. Let me see another comment. Crazy. Unfortunately, racism still exists, just like evil still exists. With that said, don't let a few ignorant people make you label all, and that is on both sides as reverse racism exit as true. I was just speaking to some coworkers the other day when I first got to this particular job. Everybody told me that I'm not gonna say because I don't know who on here, but they say such and such is racist. This is I'm new to the job. I don't know nobody. Such and such is racist. And I was like, really? He is? Yeah. He racist. Listen how he talk. For the 3 or 4 years I've been there, I never heard him say anything racist. He's never treated me racist. And I say all that to say you have to learn people for yourself. You have to get your own opinion of people. So I don't judge a book by what somebody else said was in it. That's the problem with the Bible in these churches now. We so quick to follow without even reading instructions. Listen, I said in the podcast a couple of weeks ago, a lot of these preachers in the church, everybody wants you to trust me, just follow me as I follow Christ. Listen, I don't mind following you, but I need to see some type of guidelines or what you got laid out. I need to see this too. Don't just tell me I'm not going to blind follow you. I need to know some type of game plan. Right? But yeah, racism exists on both sides, and hopefully, unfortunately, they are experiencing this at the Publix, and this is in my hometown. This is in my area. I think it's the Harbison grocery store, and I think they said Lexington or either Columbia, but it's in my hometown, and I hope that these guys get this situation rectified, where they not just the people of color get their equal rights or equal opportunities taken care of, but everyone. Now, for the lady who said that she got hurt on the job, ma'am, I'm going to tell you this right here. I'm going to tell anybody, and I want y'all to listen to me good. If you get hurt on these people's job, and I've done this myself, thinking, you get hurt, it ain't nothing, but listen, go to the doctors. Go ahead and lawyer up. This is what insurance is for. I'm sorry. I don't care how long you've been working there. I don't care how much you love people on the job. Go ahead and go to. Matter of fact, I didn't even mean to click on this comment. I don't even see where it came from, but yeah, I didn't mean to click on it. If she was hurt on the job, then workman's comp should have been filed. Yeah, I didn't even mean to click on this, but yeah, listen, those people, when you get hurt on the job, that's why these jokers got insurance. Okay, I think we look at it as if money is coming out of your supervisor's pocket or out of your co-work money. Nothing touches. They pay, especially these big businesses, they pay millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars yearly for this type of stuff. But you know what happened when they get hurt and you don't see them and they walking around and I got to go to the doctor. Now you won't go to the doctor. You won't miss work for the exam. And listen, I understand, like Craig say, the tough decisions. Now I don't know this lady's situation. I'm not saying that she ain't going to, but it sounds like she's in a losing battle. She said she got hurt on the job and she can't do certain stuff. But if you got this stuff filed under workman's comp, then that's where you get your lawyers involved, and you have to be willing to stand the duration of the battle of the I don't want to say the trial of the situation. But evidently, they still got you working. Now she said she was hurt on the job and they decreased her hours. Well, if there were some things that you can't do, that kind of makes sense, man. They decreased your hours because they say you can't do certain stuff, but they kind of with it. Now, I'm just from the outside looking in. They kind of doing what they supposed to do, right? But have you went? Go ahead and get your lawyer up. Get you one of them lawyers that say, listen, you don't pay unless we win. I'm telling everybody, if you get hurt, job, I don't care where it's at. Church. If you get hurt at a church, if you get hurt at a facility, if you done slip or something in a store for them to they got water, go ahead and file. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't nothing. Listen, don't go around looking for no accidents. But if you get hurt and because I'm telling you, years down the line, or either maybe months, when you still ailing, when you can't do, oh man, I got hurt such and such, and I ain't never said nothing. Now it's too late. Let me get some of these comments before we get too far in the chat. Beth, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Beth said, miss you while I was at. Beth, listen, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. And I'm glad you enjoy yourself in Jamaica. Always remember there's two sides. Definitely, Craig, always remember two sides to the story. I'm not sure in particular what reference this comment is in, but definitely there's always two sides of the story. But dealing with this Publix situation, especially to go public with the Publix is going public about their mistreatment of the coworkers of the employees. I would assume that there has to be some truth and validity to this. But like I said, as far as that workman's comp thing, I'm kind of, you've been hurt on the job and the doctor say you can't do certain stuff and they cut your hours. I think now just from the outside looking in, hearing that, ma'am, I think they doing what they supposed to do on that part. Yeah. Craig says, let's see, guys, if you are driving your dream car, then your wife better not be having car issues. Happy. Yeah. That's right. That's right, man. I mean, that's just the way I was raised. And we have two cars. Well, three if you include my daughter's car. And it's just by choice. I don't even really think about it twice. There's some issues, and the thing about, especially with my wife, because I remember we had an old Ford Ranger, 87 Ranger. My wife a trooper. That was one of the raggedest vehicles we ever had in our marriage, and I'm talking about it was a 4-speed with the overdrive. My wife, she ain't care nothing about how the thing looked. She jumped. She had to crawl across the seat a couple of times. I mean, but she was just a trooper. My wife don't even really care about, the looks and everything. She would whatever car I get into in the morning, she would gladly get into the other car. But it's just, I would rather her ride. If I feel both cars are operable, both cars can run and do what they need to do. But if I feel better in one particular car, then just by nature, I'm like, well, you know what? Let me drive this other car right here. Let my wife drive this car. Not that one car can't make it. I don't know. I always seen my dad in that situation, and as a matter of fact, even the men, most men I know, most men I work with, they always say, yeah, man, I got this old piece of car to get to work, man. I let my wife drive the other car. to make sure I just think that's just the right thing to do. Good morning, Jabari. What's going on, man? How you doing? Quincy, Deacon Nagelberg. What's going on? Sometimes people will talk bad about someone because of their own experience with their person. Yeah. Like I said, and I'm pretty sure Q. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. That's in reference to when I said my coworkers told me that somebody was racist. Now I'm gonna tell you, I got to learn this guy for myself. What I did learn about him was he was. He probably ain't listening to this. I don't. Oh well. He was an old school United States Marine. Old school. Now he is a white guy. Some people would call him a red. I don't think he's a redneck. But he just old school military, and he wear his feelings on his shoulders. But he's never disrespect. He's never said one thing. Like I said, I learned him by talking to him, just sitting back and watching him. And I learned how he, I would sit back and observe. If anybody know me, if you ever be around me, if we are in a setting, I am a observer. I like to stay moving. I like to see most of the area I'm in. I'm not really that good in like just closed up spaces and being still and not being able to see everything around me. But anyway, I would sit back and see how he interacted with white workers as well as black workers. I saw no difference. Now I wasn't looking for a difference, but I just sit back and I'm like, yo, white. He may talk rough, he may talk stern, he may say a few choice words, but I've never experienced anything racially from him, and that's why I don't judge a book by what somebody else read. All right. Yeah, Beth said, listen, work with comp and lawyer up. Renee, what's going on, Renee? I didn't get that comment. Let me see if I can find it in the chat because I don't see the comment. 100. Yeah, I see it. Renee put the 100 sign up. Craig says, we are all the same color in the eyesight of God, which in his eyes is the way we should be looking at others. And Craig, that is such a true statement. And however, how true that is, the reality is we still, like you said, we live in a world where people, and listen, guys, I want everybody to understand this. All of us would be lying, I do believe, if we say that we don't see color. I'm just going to be honest with you. I see color. Okay. I see color. I see color because I have eyesight. You have eyesight, and seeing color and recognizing color, because a lot of people say, I don't see color. I just see the people. No, listen, truth of the matter is we all see color. The reality is of how you judge the color you see. You can easily say I treat everybody the same, but you can't say I don't see color. They do experiments all the time between white and black or Chinese, or let's just say white Caucasians versus people of color. And they had it where two people were blind in the park. They had a black guy walking with the blind people glasses and a stick. And he would kind of like walk into somebody, not roughly, but kind of with the guy's stick, and he would kind of walk into him and kind of like reach out to them for help to get guidance. And 100% of the people would not help the black man. Listen to what I'm saying. Now, 100%. This is it. The man was in the public. He was walking, and you know how they walk around with the stick. They have to touch the sidewalk or something. He couldn't see. He had the glasses on, and 100% of everybody who he ran into and kind of touched their shoulder or either reached out to them, like he was getting ready to fall or he needed some assistance and he wanted them to guide him. They gave him the nasty shoulder. They gave him the get off me. But the young white man, Same scenario, same stick, same glasses, same everything. Same thing. Bumped into the people, and at first the people was alarmed. Like, who just bumping into me? And then when he reached out, same way the black guy did, they helped assist him. 100%. Why? I believe because these people, they saw, and listen, and what only white or Caucasian people that didn't help the black man. It was some people of color that didn't help the black man. And it wasn't only people of color that helped the young man. It was both sides. So what I'm saying, why I believe that happened was because they saw color first and not the person. So I don't want nobody to say, well, I don't see color. That's a fib. No, it ain't no fib. That's a lie. We all see color. We all see it. We all may treat people equally, but you see it. It's not always a racial issue. You're definitely right, Brother Q. More than likely, he's just real strict and strong-minded, and a lot of people can't handle that, especially. Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, I can call, I'd be like, hey, what? Good God. What's wrong with the truck now? I mean, me personally, I'd be laughing. But if he only did it with black folks, I would feel some type of heat. Matter of fact, his wife works there with him. And sometimes she look back and she just kind of look, she say, Bob, hey, you got dog it. And then he say, hey, pull the truck in so I can work on it. Listen, man, that's a good cat, man. Now, could he be racist? I don't know. Yes, I guess anybody could be anything. But I think when people label someone as racist, I think they have to be careful because what you deem racist could be you feel that they treat people of color different, but could it be that you treat non-people of color differently yourself? It's a two-way street. Somebody said that earlier. It's a two-way street. Beth said, have a beautiful day, my friends. Time for all right, Beth, enjoy yourself. I appreciate you for tuning in. Yeah, but yeah, this Publix thing is, I hope it gets rectified, where everyone gets treated equally. But back to this getting hurt and getting injured, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, I don't care where you get hurt or injured at. If you really, really hurt, if you tweaked something, then you need to go ahead and get straightened out. Because I don't know how many times I've seen coworkers on jobs get hurt and they, oh no, I ain't gonna say nothing. Or either, no, I'm good. And they limping around, they got these ailments and they hurting and they go through pain and they go into the doctor and stuff on their own. But listen, and then I've seen in the same company where the supervisor or the managers mess around and trip on something and they fall down and what you think they do? They go to the doctor. They get lawyers involved. They get the compensation, even if you don't get even if you don't per se, you're not trying to sue, but you just need to make sure that everything on your end is covered. Because a lot of times you end up paying these medical bills yourself. Yeah, I had a injury at a place I was working to, and I was going to the doctor through the company, and I've left that job probably about 7 years now, and I get a piece of paperwork about, because I had to go to an appointment, and I went, and this was some years back, but that wasn't, I don't know why it wasn't covered under the workman's comp, but I'm getting the bill. I was like, yo, when I came here, I was coming through the job. So you got to make sure that when you go to these appointments and stuff, you got to make sure, listen, you got to have some due diligence of your own stuff. You got to listen, this here, I went here today. Who I need to turn this work in? Human resource or whatever. But if you got a doctor, I mean a lawyer or someone, they gonna tell you everything you do turn into me. Matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, they gonna tell you go to the doctor I send you to. Right? Craig says it isn't about what you see, but how you look at these colors. Yeah. I totally agree. Totally agree. Mike, what's going on, Mike? We all are racist to some point. Yeah. We all have okay, Craig, man, appreciate you. We all have some type of dislike, or we view things. Listen, bottom line is, whether you want to admit it or not, for all my Caucasian white friends, when you walk into a building that's full of people that don't look at you, you immediately, I don't care, and it's vice versa too, black to white. When a black person walks to whether it's a board meeting, whether it's a McDonald's, whether it's anywhere, and you don't see nobody that you recognize, I don't care how friendly you are, you're gonna see color first. Oh Lord. Listen, how many, and I need y'all to be truthful with me. Type in the chat, truth. If you done went in the building, and maybe this is just for black folks, and you done went into a situation, you say, man, all these white folks, there ain't no black folks in here. How many of y'all done did that? How many of y'all done did that before? You done walk in a place, you say, man, listen, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I talk about it all the time. How many of y'all done went to a church? If you are Caucasian or black, let's just say white or black, when you go to church, I don't care what y'all say, everybody do it, right? When you in church service and your church is predominantly white, which most people who go to churches where they're, of the same skin color. When you see a white person walk in, you just give a double take. You like, hey, this is no white person. A black person can come in and you be like, hey man. When they say, well, we have visitors today, and a white person standing, you be like, oh, you get them an extra clap. Well, praise God, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to our church. Yeah. Same thing with the white churches. They do the same thing. When they see you come in, they give you extra. Oh, it's almost like, oh, we have a black person today. See, I'm only gonna listen. Y'all ain't gonna say it, but I said, and it don't mean that you are racist when you do it. You just recognize the color. It's just listen, how many of y'all done been in towns, and you traveling, or you on vacation, or you going to see family members, or you riding through, and you say, man, I ain't seen matter of fact, Mike C. Adams on here. Mike, matter of fact, let me see, hold up. Tony Perkins, what's going on? Good morning. Mike said, hell yeah, I've done it and turned around and make sure I was in it. Yeah. Turn around and make sure you're using it right. And listen, Mike being a driver, I know you done been to some towns and drive through some hole in the walls and some back roads, and you might have had to stop. It might have needed to stop. You might have said, Lord, man, I don't think I'm gonna stop here. Huh? Yeah. We all do it, man. Yeah. And until we accept the fact that we all have, and I don't want to use these words as, I guess I don't want to say prejudice or race, because see, when people hear the words prejudice or racism, they automatically think of, and I may be using this not in the right context, but I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. When we say, oh man, you prejudice, we automatically think black hate white, or white hate white, or we think prejudice from the, we automatically tie into, the slavery, slave masters, KKK, all this type of stuff, But a lot of us are prejudiced to a lot of things. Whether you fully understand or realize it or not. Matter of fact, I can give you a perfect example. When you go to a restaurant, if you go to it, listen, I don't care what y'all say. Y'all know 95% of the Chinese, everybody here that been to Tokyo Grill or some type of hibachi place, you go in these places and the first thing you say, all these Mexicans up in here. This is a Chinese restaurant. This is a Japanese restaurant. Why all these Mexicans up in here cooking? And you always notice ain't no black folks in it. Listen, these are things that you notice. Huh? Mike said, I'm sitting in Cracker Barrel. Mike, man, get out of here. Mike said, I'm sitting in Cracker Barrel right now in Tallahassee, Florida. And guess what? It's just me. And listen, Mike, it ain't nobody can't tell. I don't care how much they love the Lord. I don't care what. When you walked in there, and you know, Mike got some size on him. Mike got some size on him now. I don't care how humble, quiet, and nice. When Mike walked in there, I can guarantee you, eyes turn. Are they racist? Are they prejudiced? Or do they see color? One of the three, maybe all of the three. And listen, Mike just proved the point. He said, and guess what? So he recognized, and you know what? And I'm going to tell y'all something. Sometimes when you recognize you the only ethnicity, I don't even know if I say that word right, the only black or white person in a place, you kind of act a little different if you don't catch yourself. Yeah. You start you kind of carry yourself a little differently. Not saying that you scared or you confident or you got to act proper or you got to act ghetto or you got to act, but you kind of, y'all know what I'm talking about. See, see these conversations I keep telling y'all be acting like this stuff don't happen, but it happens. Tony Perkins, amen, very true. Laughter's good. Yeah, man. And matter of fact, I give you a perfect example. When you go to, if you go to a soul food restaurant, someplace that you want to eat, and I'm gonna give two examples with that. If a white person comes to your table as the waitress, waiter, or whatever, your connection with them is different depending on their race. Why? Because they can connect with you because you 9 times out of 10 have more similar, more relatable life issues, especially when it comes to food. Yeah. We go places, and I don't care what y'all listen. I'm gonna talk about it. This is what this show about. We go places and we eat something, and if the food good, what we say, man, it must be somebody black in that kitchen cooking. Man, it got to be somebody back there black in that kitchen cooking. And don't mess around and let some old short black lady come from out the back with a hairnet on and an apron. Oh boy, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was a black lady back there. I knew it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. But listen, I again, I'm not gonna be on here long today. I've already said it. We got 20 more minutes before we get to 2 hours. I think I'm gonna try to take it all the way to 2 hours, and then we're going to get off it. But yeah, it's and some of us can be prejudiced against our own people. When you're looking for work to be done on your homes or your cars or whatever, a lot of times, and is this racist? Tell me, is this racist or is this prejudice or is this, you don't see, no, you see color? Because a lot of times, listen, if you want some roofing work done, and I'm just throw this out there, and I need y'all to help me. If you want your roof done on your house, who you looking to do it? Somebody better type in, because y'all already know. Especially if you claiming you want it done quick and fast. I'm gonna give y'all time. See if somebody gonna answer the question. Linda Fletcher, you watching? Valerie, what's going on? You watching? Appreciate you for tuning in. Mike West, what's going on, Pops? That's my father-in-law right there. He tuning in. Huh? Yep. Listen, I got people all the way from Ohio, from Mississippi, but down to Florida. There you go, Mike. Mike out of Mexicans. Listen, you ain't gonna tell me when you want certain things done, you going to a certain race of people. Or better yet, I'm gonna tell you what's going on now. A lot of these Mexicans, they don't own the businesses. They don't do the work. It's a Caucasian, white, whatever person that owns the business, and they got the Mexicans working for them. But when you riding through these neighborhoods and you see these jokers working on this house and they done tear a whole house down, and by the end of the day, they got the whole thing, yard clean up and everything, the first thing you think about is Mexicans. Oh, man, I'm going to get the Mexicans to do this work. Yeah. Whether y'all want to admit it or not. Renee, cuz, what's going on, Sonya? Or should I say my cousin? Vet. Real estate. Listen, I'm glad my cousin popped on here. You ain't going to tell me that when it comes to buying houses and real estate, twofold, when the real estate agent meets up with the possible buyer and sees whether it's white or black, they can't tell me they don't say, oh, man, here we go. You got some black folks here. I hope they're serious. Compared to, oh, well, okay, he's white folk. Because you automatically stereotype the credit bad, the credit good. And vice versa, when you trying to buy a house, when you look at that card and you see, I got a partner of mine, and I'm going to see if I can find this picture. And I'm going to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to find his picture. He's a realtor. He helped me get me and my wife get our house. If I can find the picture, I'm gonna show it. But I can tell you, I'm pretty sure he gets some second looks when people come to him and find out he's a realtor. He's a black guy, good guy. But I know when a person said, well, yes, we're going to send such and such out to the place to meet you, and you see whether you see a black or a white person get out that car to help you, you feel like you would be handled better by one or the other. I can't find a picture. I done forgot. Did I forget his name? Oh, I got it right here. Let me see. Here we go. Good brother of mine. And I'm only using this picture that I'm going to show y'all as an example of how you can't judge a book by its cover. And I know he gets some second looks and some side eyes. First of all, because he's black and because of his style. I know this. But let me find one of his business cards first. Let me see. Okay. Now let me share this. Share screen, and y'all won't see what I'm talking about. Let me share this right quick. And no, that's not him. Right? Here we go.
Midlands One Realty has 12 plus years of experience in full service realty. Though we specialize in residential real estate, we also offer commercial sales as well as property management. In this low inventory market, You need an agent that can help you navigate the obstacles and prioritize your needs. Someone that is patient and dedicated to meeting the needs of their clients.
That's him right there. Marcus Wilson. Great guy. Very smart. Very knowledgeable. But I guarantee you, when you get out your car to meet Big Brother Marcus, and you are not black, or even if you are black, I'm going to see if I can find it. Let me make sure. Are y'all looking? I want to get a good picture of him, even in his suit. See if I can find it. But I think y'all get the drift of what I'm saying. That's him right there. Good brother. Good brother. And that's his daughter right there. His daughter was when we met for the to do our first business on our house. She was in a car seat. She's in the car seat. Yeah. Let me see if I can find I want to find his picture so I can show y'all. Well, I can't find it. But this is the guy, nevertheless. And I think y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. Wait a minute. That ain't what I wanted to do. Well, nevertheless, y'all understand what I'm talking about. There he go right there. Got his profile. But people ain't trying to feel that. Y'all know what I'm saying. Let's stop. Let's get back. Let's get back to it. But nevertheless, guys, it's all good. And you know what? Big C, what's going on, man? Big C, what's going on? Matter of fact, cooking. You know, we talking about cooking. Listen, you ain't gonna tell me whether you want to say that you see color or not. You ain't gonna tell me if you at a barbecue function and there's grills all over the place. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I see Ron Corley on the grill and I see a Caucasian, a white, or Chinese person on the grill or whatever, you know who grill I'm going to? I'm going over to Ron grill. Why? Because I can connect with Ron, and I done had some of Ron food too. So that's why I tell people, I don't see. No, we all see color because we can relate to the color. We relate to what we see, right? I think people get so bent out of shape when somebody, they try to, you don't have to convince nobody that you're not racist. If you treat everybody fairly, hey, that's all that's asked. But let's not fool ourselves and say, we don't see color. We all see color. Let me see. I had one more certain thing I wanted to talk about here, and let's see. Let's see. Let me go here. And y'all bear with me, man. Me and my wife enjoyed ourselves at a restaurant. Honey, if you can hear me, what's the name of the restaurant we went to? T Blaze or something? It was, oh, yeah. This right here. I think this was a tragic situation. This is very, very tragic. I can't, it won't let me rewind it. So let me just go out and I'll come back. And I'm going to share, this happened. A young lady got killed. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what happened. But she got killed. Police shot her, of course. She got killed. But let me see. Maybe if I go here, maybe I can pull it up. Let's see. No, it's not letting me do it like that. So let me do this. I'm gonna unmute it and
All right, headquarters, we got one female now. I need OSD. All right, headquarters, we got one female now. I need OSD. Rachel, put down that other knife. She does a knife in her left hand.
Okay. Drop the knife, Rachel. Please drop the knife.
now at this point, and I'm not being funny, but Rachel did. Now, if I can get this to go back to the beginning. Okay, in this situation, of course, evidently the police was called. A young lady, they even know her name, Rachel. Now they got police shields up, body shields, to block. Now she has two knives in her hand. I don't know if she's black, white, Mexican. She sounds like she may be of some type of Puerto Rican descent. I don't know. But TL, what's going on, man? But look at this. Look. First of all, that's why taser could have been used instead. I put a comment up, and I don't know if y'all can see it, but I said, at least one shot, I'm pretty sure the girl would have dropped. But you know what? Police, even in the military, I've been in the military, I know I have been trained to kill you if I need to. But in your being trained to kill, there is no in between. There is no train just to injure you. It's only trained to take you out. Everything is done to put you in uncomfortable pain. Let's watch it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I heard 4 shots. You can't tell me that I'm thinking I think it was 3 police that I can see, and one had a big old shield in front, and they had tasers. You can't now. Yes, she has a deadly weapon, and listen, I don't know if I want to say this was right or wrong or what they did. I just think it could have been done another way. I don't think this female should have lost her life and been shot 4 times by 2 different cops.
All right, headquarters, we got one female now. I need OSD.
Okay, right here you can see where one guy has a shield. He has a shield, right? So it looks like at least 2 to 3 police. I'm gonna say 2. I just think it could have been done a different way.
All right, headquarters, we got one female now. I need OSD. Rachel, put down that other knife. She does a knife in her left hand.
Okay. Drop the knife, Rachel.
I mean,
Please drop the knife.
Come on, man. What is Rachel gonna do right there? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna stop with that one right there. There has to be police have to be retrained, man. Police have to be retrained, I believe. Now I would love to get a police officer on here. I do know one brother, Justin Rufus. I didn't get with him earlier today, so I'm not gonna try to bother him right now. But I do believe that this could have been different. Even if she was shot 1 time, I could understand. But the young lady was shot 4 times. I think possibly even 6 times, because they might have been shooting Thank you, sweetheart. They might have been shooting in the same in sync. Coffee, my coffee was brought to me by my wife here. Hell hot coffee, where your coffee is hot as hell. Mm-hmm. She a little late on the coffee today, but that's all right. I still got some time on the show. She a little late. I got 4 minutes till the show is over, and I'm just getting my cup of coffee, which might mean I might need to go a little bit longer. I don't know. But yeah, that was very, very, very disturbing. Yeah, this. I mean, how you listen? How you bring somebody some hell hot coffee that's hot as hell, and it almost a show off? Now I'm going to play something that I want y'all to give me your opinion on. Yeah, I'm gonna play something I want y'all to give me your opinion on. I think that this is a good discussion. So don't y'all, and this might have been in the it is kind of what we was talking about earlier. Let me see. Stop screen. What do y'all see? Do y'all see what I see? Yep, y'all see what I see.
Newer cars, but we made a mature decision to not feel.
Mom, yeah, she's at her.
We talk about this often. We drive what we drive by choice. We could go get nicer, newer cars, but we've made a mature decision to not feel intimidated when you meet your friends for lunch and everybody's jumping out of a new car and yours is 15 years old. We made a choice not to be affected by that. We made a choice to think, okay, if we decide to get married, if we don't have this amount of money in the bank, why would we spend that to throw a celebration? We're not gonna, you have to have those conversations as individuals, and then you make those decisions as families. And I heard someone say not too long ago, you're born looking like your dad, you die looking like your decisions. So it's how you leave this earth is going to be just how you made decisions.
I'm about to use that one.
Hey, I'm going to use that as well.
I'm taking that one. That's real good.
We talk about this often. We drive.
Now listen, I was just talking about this, right? Me and that's why I thank God that my wife is not a material person. Now she deserves everything. She deserves to ride in the Maybach. TL, I'm gonna put in a Maybach, buddy. She deserves a Land Rover. She deserves a Lexus, the BMW 2780. I don't even know if that's a real car. The Mercedes 620 or whatever. She deserves all that. But I'm glad she's not the material person where she puts because see, a lot of women can put pressure on their men or their family or their household we have to look a certain way. Do you know how many people out here driving these cars, these Lexuses, these Mercedes, and them jokers paying almost half of what the car is, half of what their mortgage is, and they struggling just to look successful. My wife can tell you, me and her we probably could go get any vehicle we want. Matter of fact, anybody on here, you probably could go get any vehicle you want. You think them people ain't gonna let you walk off their lot? Anybody? Matter of fact, follow me. Listen, you ain't got to have good credit. Listen, you don't even have to have good credit. You can get any car you want. You probably can afford maybe a down payment or either that first month. But especially you going through a bank, the car dealership, they gonna do whatever they can to get you in that car because they gonna get their money. You gonna be the one fighting and dealing with the bank when you can't pay. But I'm glad that my wife ain't material. Listen, I know a lot of couples that are material listed. It's the persona. They want to show everybody what they got. You know, like the young lady said, she didn't mind. They don't mind. They've already made a conscious decision that if they pull up to a banquet, a church service, a cookout, if they pull up in the doozy, they just pull up in the doozy. I ain't care who else got nothing brand new out there. Listen. My uncle told somebody one day when I worked with, rest in peace to my Uncle Pete. You know, this when I had a couple cars, but I always drove my work car. And you know, somebody was saying something about, yeah, Todd, he got that raggedy. I don't know if they saying a raggedy car, but they wasn't, you know, I think we might have been like jonesing on each other. If you know what jonesing means, that everybody was just, you know, having fun and laughing. They was like, yeah, man, Todd out there in that raggedy car. You know, my uncle said, well, you might see a raggedy car, but you don't know what he got at the house. And see, that's the thing. And not only that, he was saying, well, you know, and this person did have a newer model car. But he was like, well, you paying for your car? He was like, yeah. He said, well, that car they paid for. So who the fool? Listen, long as me and her can get the way we got to go. And like I said, my wife then went through the fire. Like I said, I had an 87 Ford Ranger. This thing smoked. I had the tailpipe hanging up with a hanger. My wife would get up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, drive me to work. Me and my daughter. My wife had to sit against my daughter wouldn't let my wife sit next to me, but my daughter be like, moo. This was 20-something years ago. My wife was switching them gears in that truck. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Driving that bad boy. Never been caught up in material. Not yet. Do she want? Yeah. Who wouldn't want a nicer car or a nicer vehicle or a nicer home or nicer clothes? Who wouldn't want that? But she ain't caught up on where she got to have, I need to have a Mercedes. I need to have a brand new this in the yacht. Nah. And men, if some of y'all wives on here, y'all need to wake them up. Y'all need to listen, some of y'all need to take them cars back. Mm-hmm. You out here riding nice just to, listen, you out here riding nice just to pull up to church so people can see your car. Just so you can pull in the parking lot early before church and everybody say, dog, I wonder who got that car. And just to leave the parking lot late, excuse me, so everybody can see you leave. Or just so you can show up at the cookout or whatever, and and you barely can keep $20 worth of gas in it. Help it make sense. But this saying is, listen, I'm gonna let it play, and then we're gonna touch on this topic. On this last thing that she said. You're born looking like your dad. You die looking like your decisions. Let's let it play again.
Well, we drive by choice. We could go get nicer, newer cars, but we've made a mature decision to not feel intimidated when you meet your friends for lunch and everybody's jumping out of a new car and yours is 15 years old. We made a choice not to be affected by that. We made a choice to think, okay, if we decide to get married, if we don't have this amount of money in the bank, why would we spend that to throw a celebration? We're not gonna, you have to have those conversations as individuals, and then you make those decisions as families. And I heard someone say not too long ago, you're born looking like your dad, you die looking like your decisions.
You're born looking like your dad. You die looking like your decisions. What will you look like when you leave this earth, my brothers and sisters? And see, we spend so much time trying to impress people. And let me throw this information out there. This is why I don't get caught up in other people's stuff, right? This is why I don't get caught up in what my friends drive or what my family members drive or what my coworkers drive or what my family members live in, or what my coworkers live in, or what people at the church drive, or where they live at. This is what you never know. That the person that's living in the nice house might have got that house willed to him. The person that's got a lot of land, somebody might have left that land to him. The person that's got a lot of money, somebody might have left that person money. The cars that they drive, somebody else might be paying for them cars they drive. Matter of fact, the cars that you think they own, most of them probably leasing the cars. And while you out here trying to keep up with Bolly Bill, Junebug, Willie, and all of them, and they on these lease purchases, homes and vehicles, and you go out of your way and go buy something, and you struggling to keep up with the Joneses, and the Joneses got a rich uncle or rich mom and daddy, or either they still listen. Some of these people that got all this stuff, guys, and I'm only saying this because you need to talk to your wives, your husband, your sons, your daughter, your people, and listen. Some of these people that got a lot of this stuff, they have lived in the same house for 30 and 40 years. Their parents have passed on. Those houses are already paid off. They don't have no mortgage. They don't have nothing to pay for, so they can afford to go buy a little more nicer car. They can afford to add on. They can do this. And you sitting there trying to keep up with them with your regular 9-to-5 job, and you're not even in the same boat. They are no better than you. They're just in a better situation than you are. They still living home with mama. But you don't know they taking care of mama. They getting a little extra funds for taking care of mama. Some of the people in the family say, well, hey, well, since you home with mama and you helping mom and daddy, we going to give you I know they do stuff like that. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. They do stuff like that. Or some people make the hard choice to say, well, not the hard choice. They made the choice to say, well, mom and them getting older. I'm going to live with mom and them. And they living in the house. And yeah, some people, don't understand this. What, rent free, mortgage free? All they paying is utilities, and they still working. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You see such and such with a new car, now you want a new car. You see such and such with a new house, now all of a sudden you want a new house. You never lived in a house you were living in for all this time. Now you see somebody else got something, and listen, you don't know what the heck they paying for their house. Now you want something different because somebody else got something different. Man, be satisfied with, if you can do better, do better. But you don't have to do better to impress anybody. You do better when you can do better. You do better making a good collective decision with your spouse, family, however. And listen. It ain't hard to stay out of other folks' business and mind your own. It ain't hard. You ever notice that most rich people or wealthy people, they don't flaunt it? Most of them. They don't, they wear regular clothes. They drive nice cars, but it's nothing lavish. Now there are some, there's a difference in between rich and wealthy. You have some people, and even some of these, listen, especially some of these love and hip hop people. Let me put y'all on game to these love and hip hop people. All that stuff in that love and hip hop, first of all, is staged and it's rented and leased. All these wigs and the nightclubs and the this and that, all that is performance. Actors, there's scripts Half these people on these love and hip hops and these reality shows are broke. Some people are living a competition lifestyle. Yeah. Now, don't get me. I'm not gonna say. Listen, nobody just want to pulls up to anything, and they the least of them. Let me just say that. But if that's what you got and that's what you satisfied with, if you and your spouse understand why you in this vehicle you driving, why you living in this house right now that you living in, yeah. And let me tell y'all something else too. I'm about to get with you now. I'm about to get with you. Some of you who might be buying a house or may have bought a house or looking for another house or whatever, let me throw this in your atmosphere. You don't buy a house thinking about people that's coming over to the house. You buy a house for the people that's going to be living in the house. Let me rewind that. When you buy a house, you don't buy a house thinking about people that's going to be coming to the house. You buy your house thinking about you and your family and the longevity of who's going to be in the house. Not for the potential of who could come by and visit the house. That was free there. That was I'm gonna drop that in the offering bucket. Mm-hmm. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with having. Teresa, tell me what's going on. There's nothing wrong with having nice things, but the main purpose of your house should be to satisfy the needs of your family. The main purpose of your vehicles is to satisfy the needs of your family. If you can afford a listen, I'm trying to tell you, the same banks that finance Honda, Nissan is the same banks that finance Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and everything. You know how people get these vehicles? A lot of people don't get vehicles because they want them or they need them. A lot of people get their vehicles and the first thing they say is, oh, when they see me driving this right here, I know I'm right about it. I know I'm right about it. Oh, when they see me, what's going on, Calvin? Oh, when they see me riding in this right here. Oh, when I pull up in it, that's the first. Let me tell you something. For a long time, I never per se got a vehicle for myself. When me and my wife got married, I always just thought about, me and her, as long as we had one car for her to drive, one car for me to drive, and I wanted to try to have an extra car all the time. Well, let me throw this in. The extra car went out the window when my daughter started driving. And y'all know what I'm talking about. If you got children, there ain't no such thing as extra cars no more. Cause your children, they just, my daughter, she's the reason why we don't have extra cars. That's yeah, we always had a car. We always had a spare car. But when my daughter was able to drive, all that changed because she got the spare car. So there ain't no spare car no more. But yeah. I always had vehicles just because I know me and my wife needed cars. Even when we were down to one car, I just made sure that we had proper transportation. My wife used to always, honey, when you gonna get you a nice truck? I'm good. As long as I can get back to work. Blase. Oh yeah, Calvin said, yeah, and they driving 2 miles an hour so everybody can see. Yeah. I don't get it, Cal. I don't know why they do that. But she used to encourage me, why don't you get you a truck? Or get you a car. I'm like, no, I'm good. One day, driving down the road, I think me and her on this first truck I had got was driving down the road, and I saw a truck, and I was like, hey, I like that truck. And reason why I'm saying this is my process, her process with, if we get that truck right there, what everybody, because see, that's what a lot of people think. Oh, if I get that, when I get that, people go, I can't wait to go to such and such. And nah, we got the truck. If I'm not mistaken, we looked at the truck that night. I think I picked the truck up that next day. I think I had that truck maybe for 3 months. A lady T-boned me, totaled my truck. And this is important, having gap insurance. I had the gap insurance on my truck, so you know, of course, the truck got paid off, and I wasn't even really in a rush for another vehicle to be like, oh man, I'm out of truck now. Everybody gonna be like, oh, he riding in that raggedy car or whatever. I mean, there was a nice gray Dodge Ram, a nice gray Dallas Cowboy gray. Woo! Boy, you know that was a good truck to you. That was a good truck. You know, I wasn't in a rush. You know, so I wasn't devastated that I didn't have a nice, shiny vehicle to drive, per se. Not that the other vehicles wasn't, but, you know, this was my new truck. I wasn't, it was like, oh, well, I'll just get one whenever. I was like, well, I ain't even worried about it. They done paid it off. I ain't worried about it. Then one day, riding down the road, matter of fact, I was on the phone with my wife. I said, good God. She said, what? I said, babe, I just seen this truck. She said, you like it? I said, yeah, I like it. She said, well, if you like it, try to get it. I said, babe, let me call you back. Pull up in the place, looking at that truck. I ain't had nobody else on my mind but me and my family would come to that truck. I couldn't have cared less who see me in this truck. All I know is I got the truck because I liked, and I didn't have the first thought of, ooh, I can't wait to pull up in such and such so they can see my truck. Same scenario, except the salesman, he got mad because I wouldn't agree to the total price that he wanted. You know, the monthly payment, he was old nasty guy. So what I did was I said, well, especially which I already knew I was approved for the truck, and I'm just giving y'all the information just to kind of give y'all some context to the story. I knew I was approved for the truck. So I knew that, you know, that truck could be at another dealership, so I would just go there. But I knew with my credit that I can walk out of there without putting no money down. All I got to do is call the insurance company, tell them to add it on. You know, the guy, he tried to get me to pay something way outlandish I didn't want to do, and I stuck to it. And see, that's the thing that y'all can stop going to these car lots just because I think I can make a $600 or $700 car payment. Yeah, you can, once or twice. But anyway, I walked out of there. I said, you know what? I don't want your truck. Before I got back to the house, the people tell me to come out there. I said, no, because your salesman, he blah, blah, blah. But they, you know, I want the truck now. But Lord knows I wasn't thinking about it. And even when I started driving my truck, I drove to work, and a lot of people was like, Dad, wait that, you know, who truck is that? I ain't go around boasting, yo, this is my truck piece of tarnish. Yeah, man, I got a truck. Boom, boom. Oh man, boom, 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 boom. So what I'm saying is a lot of times we put ourselves in situations when we're buying stuff to worry about how people are going to perceive us when we get these things. I can care less. I don't care if you know what I drive. I don't care if you don't know what I drive. I don't care if you know where I live, what kind of I don't. All I care is, like I say, on my birthdays and on Christmas is when I wake up to my family, the lights on, the heat in the house. We have all the things that we need. That's a happy birthday for me. That's a Merry Christmas for me. My family doing fine. That's what I'm about. Well, listen, guys. I think it's about time. We've been on here 2 hours and 20 minutes. Of course, I got to get ready for church service here. But I appreciate all of y'all who have tuned in. Hopefully, like I said, these past 2 weeks I've been on sabbatical, if you will. But yeah, I was out of town. I was in Buffalo, New York one weekend. Then that following weekend, I was in New Orleans with my wife's side of the family. A beautiful. I went to. We went down to Bourbon Street. I ate some New Orleans food, and yeah, it was good. It was good. The fellowship. Well, first we went to Mississippi, and we met up with her mom. Matter of fact, we stayed down there that night, and Pop West came over early that morning, and he was gonna meet us in New Orleans that next day, and he didn't disappoint. He was right there with us that next day in New Orleans at the family reunion. We went to the park. My goddaughter. Listen, man. My doggone goddaughter, she's something else. She's a trip. She had the whole family. You know, she was the, out of the crew that we traveled down there with. She was the youngest, so she was, you at that age and everybody else grown. Everybody has to keep their attention and focus on the young one, because them jokers can walk off at any time. Because you know how it is when you're young. You see something, you just walk away. Well, we was at the family reunion at the park next to a amusement park, and we could see the look in her eyes that she wanted to go over there. And let me tell you, I think to me, that probably was the best part of the family reunion when we took her over to the park and let her ride the rides. She was in a zone. She was the only child in the group over there with her. She was in it, and it just took me back, because I have flashbacks of when my pops and my mom used to take us places. And I know, the rides may seem minute to us as an adult, but man, she was in heaven. She had a look and a smile on her face riding rides, that I can always cherish. She's she's a trip, man. She's a trip. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. She's smart, but she's a trip. She had fun. Let me just say that. I had fun. She had fun. But listen, guys, again, I appreciate y'all, man. I see the chat has kind of died down a little bit, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hopefully I have my cameras back up, or maybe I keep it like this. I think I might have better conversations with me not seeing myself on the camera. But when I get back today, I think me and my producer, me and my wife, gonna come in this studio, and we're gonna try to revamp some things and see what we need and what we don't need, and just try to make it a little bit more a little better for my audience as well as myself. But man, I couldn't have success with this without you guys, definitely. And I appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, we got people from Mississippi. We got people from Ohio. We got people from Florida. We got people from right here in Columbia, South Carolina, tuning in. And I really do appreciate you. But yep, I know it's time to leave, guys. And we got to get out of here. Georgia's in the house. Georgia's in the house. Thanks for tuning in, Calvin, man. I appreciate you. Listen, tell everybody that I say, hey, man. Listen, I love you guys. And I know you got to leave. Go ahead and leave. But I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, next week we getting back on these churches. We getting back on these preachers' head next week. Matter of fact, let me turn this down. I want to make sure I'm getting back on these preachers' head next week. We talking about the itty bitty church. I know people say, man, you done been talking about this church. Listen, I'm gonna keep talking about it till listen. Honestly though, when I be talking about the church situation, I have I have love you too, man. Long as no blue or gray. Oh man, hush TL. That's a fella Steeler right there. That's my wife's friend, the Steeler fan. Yeah, man. Hey, love you too, TL. Yeah. We gonna man. I lost. I had something I was about to say. What was I about to say? God dog it. TL made me lose train of thought. But let me see. Somebody, TL, what was I getting ready to say to you through that blue and gray comment there? Because I know I was about to say something good. Don't be laughing. I see you laugh. Don't be laughing. I mean, my mind just went completely blank. Oh, yeah. I know what I was about to talk about. Yeah. I've had some preacher friends that were giving me some input on the topic. Yeah. He says about the church. Yeah. And even them, even pastors of churches was, and you know what, and I'm the type of person that even when I talk about these I don't have to be all the way right about the situation, but I want us to, I think nobody else is bringing light to this. My platform may not be big as far as doing these lives with the podcast, but I'm gonna bring this discussion to the TV too, because I just think we as a people, and I ain't talking about black folk, I'm talking about as members and bodies of Christ all across the board, we have to come together. We can't keep pushing and pulling and creating all these different small venues or churches, because all we're doing, we are making ourselves weaker. And I'm gonna get some pastors on here, and we're gonna have this conversation. And like I say, I'm the type of person that I'm gonna say what I say, and I may say something that's you may not believe, or that I may know is right or wrong, but I want to get the conversation going. So look for that. Look for that. We will be coming back talking about these little bitty churches. And listen, man, I love y'all, man. Listen, if you go to a little small church and you start in a church or something, let's talk about it. Matter of fact, listen, and I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, Renee, you too. I seen a video where people was having a church, and the roof, they ain't even had no sheetrock on the side of the walls or in the ceiling. It was about 6 women and 2 men, and they was in there. I was like, man, y'all need to, I don't know. Leave me lay it alone. I'm gonna lay it alone. I got a friend that say, Todd, man, just lay it alone. Lay it alone. But listen, we got 1 more minute before 9 o'clock hit, and we are getting out of here. So I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. It's your guy. Yeah, man. Todd, nigga, love, peace, and hair grace. And football season is back. And you know what that means. Go Cowboys all day long. Man, I love y'all, man.